Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Essential Messages. My name is Bobbie Richardson, and I will be your guide for today. Today, we're going to do a tarot reading like I do every Thursdays. And this one is going to be this message is meant to find you. So we're going to go with that because there's like these levels of awarenesses that are starting to break free at the moment, and they're going to do it each of us have our own like story, and so we're all going to do it at different moments. So that's why I said this message is meant to find you for that purpose, and the messages that were coming through with me with the tarot reading. Okay, so hi Celtic, good to see you. You're not going to make this live, but you'll see the replay, but good to see you in the replay. And hi Anne, good to see you as well. Right, so we'll get started into this. Don't forget, I have a Patreon class, school, New Reality School, that has a lot of intuitive games and so forth. And I just realized, like, me going through my YouTube with them was actually mucking up my algorithms. So I'm going to have to try to, I think I just put them straight live on the Patreon. So yeah, oh my gosh, there's so much to learn when it comes to algorithms and stuff like that. It's not my forte at all. Okay, that's probably why I'm still where I'm at. I just keep on creating. I'll just keep creating. Hey Sky, good to see you. Right, let's get into this reading. A message that is supposed to find them and for purpose of this moment. Please, anyone that's watching. Also put my mic in a different place. I'm hoping that I come through okay, because I've noticed it's been a bit there. And I'm feeling a little bit with these shufflings, like something doesn't want to come out, but it wants to come out. So that's a message in itself. I think it's feeling like an alignment with a frequency that you want to really align with. You want to, but you can't, or you're not quite there yet, or you're like, how? There's something to do with that kind of feeling as I'm shuffling anyway. And now all of a sudden a whole heap came out. So then when this realization happens, boom, it will all start to fly out. Okay, so we have 3 cards that have come out here. We have balance, center energy, self-care. So yeah, to do this, we have to come back to ourselves and recognize how we actually feel about ourselves. It's more important than seeking whatever it is that you want from the outside to show up, to show you that you have made it. This is more of a lesson at this moment of finding one's balance within oneself, but also feeling into finding what's out of balance within the sector of, can you say to yourself, I am love, I am worthy, I am supported, I know my boundaries, I am respected, that sort of thing, and really feeling into it. Yeah, there's something to do with that, and that's going to start to drive the balance of the reflection from between your inner world and your outer world, which is the thing that you're actually seeking. It was always the inner world that needed to come into balance with it first so that it could show up on the outside. Then the next card we have was beneath the surface. So beneath the surface means that this is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. Whatever is being created by you, the feelings that you're having, the excitement and passion towards your future or whatever goals that you're wanting to set for yourself, even those and imaginings that they could come true, even those are going to be the tip of the iceberg of what could come, or what will come, because once you've actually broken through the surface, and they're showing me like a filament's been broken through the surface of limited conception of life or limited self, breaking through, and then finding out that there was a whole whole other like part of yourself that had been hidden all this time, like hidden, well and truly hidden. And so when that starts to show up and we start to realize through the leveling, they're showing me the leveling of the water coming down, or the emotions starting to come into balance with oneself, and recognizing why the emotions even came up in the first place was to show you that needed to be leveled off. For you to find your true authentic self, it's going to reveal a whole heap more about you. So there's so much more coming here for you. It's not, it goes beyond it. We wouldn't have beneath the surface unless it went beyond in the first place. And then we have next to that the goddess of dreams. How beautiful is this? So visionary, she represents vision, intuition, and receptivity. So here we are, that's falling out together, right? We have balance. Sorry, we have balance, and we have beneath the surface, and we have the now goddess of dreams. So she is what I was meaning about before, where we are stepping into our imagination, starting to go, well, imagine if that could come true. Imagine if I was in that position. Imagine if I had that much love around me. Imagine if I had a beautiful partner that would always support me. Imagine if I had whatever home, whatever traveling, whatever that you really wanted, anything in your life, that business that just really took off, all of those dreams. Like, you are the goddess of that. And the goddess has to be the goddess because it comes from the imagination. It has to come from, whether you're male or female, it doesn't make any difference. It has to come from that feminine aspect of yourself, because within the goddess is the imagination and intuition that will actually drive us or power us into that concept. There's a lot of shaking up that's happening at the moment. It's going to keep on happening around the world until we start to find or level off. We start to find a balance within ourselves of who we are. We can see it outside of ourselves shaking up, but really it's also an inner journey within us that's been shaken up as well. This is quite a transient sort of a space to be in. It can be very daunting. Anxiousness can come to the surface because the anxiousness and fearfulness or whatever that's happening at the moment that's surrounding you is showing you where you are out of balance when it comes to your own self-support. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. I feel like we're just literally all, if we haven't pierced that veil and stepped into the other side of recognizing our true authentic power, we will be going through this, oh my God, what the heck, time in this moment. Yeah, I'll take this card, this pack. Hey, everyone in the chat bar. Good to see you, Jules, and Diana, Debbie, Robin. Good to see everybody. I will open up this to 3 chat bar readings after this general reading, but I really love to focus on this at the moment. Okay, what message is meant to be heard, please? What message is meant to be heard in this moment for the viewers, please? No way. Oh my gosh, you cannot make this up. Sorry, I'm going to keep you in suspense for a little bit. Do I take those 2? I'm just going to look at them because I feel like they are. The reason why I'm looking at them is because no, I'm just going to take them. There's a reason why. Isn't that interesting? I never do that. I never go, I'm just going to look at them and then choose whether I'm going to take them or not. I never do that. So there's something here that's needed to be looked at for you to choose for your path forward. It's so important to really go within oneself and say, what is it that you truly desire to break through into this new dimensional aspect of yourself? What is it that you really is going to really truly make you happy? Because you have a chance now in this unbalanced state to really look at self, and because it's like everything's going to come when you pierce that veil. It's when you pierce through the filament of the limited consciousness, and you go into the expansiveness of yourself and your authentic self. It's something to do with the choices that you're making to align with are going to actually direct you on a certain path for a while. Everything's going to come into fruition in the end, even those things that you really wanted but you didn't follow at the moment. Everything will come into place, but they're asking you to make a choice because they want you to recognize yourself as the creator of your reality. So, as the creator of your reality, stepping forward, when you say, "Oh, I made that choice for that to come true, and then I let it go because I knew that it was part of my destiny, and I really trusted myself, and I really stood in that self support of who I am, and I just allowed everything to play out in the outside world. I didn't try to grasp for it. I just let it go and trusted," that sort of thing. Then when it shows up, it's going to gift you the understanding that you were the creator. And this is what we are coming into, the alignment of understanding that we are the creators. So when we make a firm choice, we will come in. I actually only just read the Jade star. I didn't read anything else. And then I chose them because I was like, what am I doing reading these cards before I choose them? That's just nuts. But when I went before, when I was shuffling and I was like, oh my God, you're going to love this. This is the reason why. So the first card that fell out on its own was balance. So the first card that came out with the other deck was balance. So we cannot deny this. This is balance, right? Goddess of balance. And the first card of the other deck was balance. So this is huge at the moment. She says equality. Sorry. I create and foster reciprocal relationships. And this is where we're at. But it's a relationship between our two minds that are talking minds that are within ourselves, our intuitive and our logical mind, our masculine and our feminine mind, our inner and our outer world, east, west, whatever you want to call it, north, south, it doesn't matter. The opposites of each other, something to do with that, coming into alignment, the power of oneself and the emotions of oneself. They're showing me all these different kind of polarities here. And when this comes into balance, it just moves forward with you being the central goddess of creation for yourself. So yeah, she is learning to balance something that's outside of herself. Isn't this interesting? They show me, look at the other card. So here we are with this person here. This person's learning to balance, like say we could call that the intuitive and the masculine physical world, the energetic and the physical world. And she's learning to balance them, right? What's happening within will happen without, and that sort of thing. And then they said, look at the other card. And here he is balancing on one ball only now, and he's wobbling. And they said, this is where we're at. So we've learned a lot about the shadow work and all of this with this, but now we're moving into actually stepping up. And now we only have one ball to work with. So we have to like fine tune it. So there's a fine tuning thing of balancing that's happening for you guys at this moment who's watching this, a fine tuning. And so it might feel like, your mind is starting to play up again, and you're like, why? Is this because the outside world is going into whatever and I can't handle it? No, it's actually because, remember, everything outside is within. So it's also to do with you coming to this fruition of understanding what your lack of authentic self was, or your imbalance was, and what your authentic self is moving forward. So, okay, we had the ones that I chose. I was going to say the ones that I chose now. The Jade Star, surrender. I am ready to let go with self-compassion. So this is letting go of that isn't in balance with you. That's people, places, mindsets, all of those things. Like the reason why we are bringing all those into one place and saying all of them together is because they're all a reflection of self, of that needs to be let go of. If you let go of your mindset of where you are unbalanced, then the people that are representing that outside of you will fall away anyway. That's if you're letting go of the fact that you deserve more than what your surroundings are, then that will be let go of, and you will relocate. So yeah, this is a powerful card here for us to understand as we're moving forward that we need to let go of. Yes, it's a new adventure. Yes, it's new. Everything's brand new again. Yes, you're tired. Yes, I understand. We understand how tired you are. This is coming to the end. You can see it. If you don't believe it in your logical brain, because that's all you've ever experienced, you can see it in the way that the world is reacting. So the changes that are happening, we are stepping into some new vortex, something brand new where that doesn't need our attention is going to fall away. And then they have to go look at themselves. Or that, yeah. So, and then on the other the other card that fell out with that was Tayageta. So these are all Pleiadian planets and representing Pleiadian stars. Sorry, they're like, that's not a planet, that's a star. I'm like, okay, stars. They like jumped in. Stars. Because and around those stars there's a lot of planets, that sort of thing. So this is, I literally went red with that because I got that wrong. Okay, so this is saying the temple, home. I no longer search outside myself for my home. Get a little hot here. So yeah. Oh, that's interesting too. They said, isn't that interesting that you got hot there? It's like the phoenix is rising. So you're rising with this. That's why it's heating up. It's like just like water that's heating up, and then it gets to a point where it just turns into gas, a gassy environment, and changes, it morphs. So remember, even though you've gone through all of that and they know that you're tired, it's because of the resistance that's happening at the moment for you not to stay where you're at, for you to move into something brand new. And you don't know what that really looks like because your logical brain's not been there before. Your physical world has not shown up for that for you yet. And so that's why it's like, I haven't got any more effort here. But if you just keep going within yourself, keep doing that balance within yourself and seeing the value of who you truly are, it will naturally play out. You'll naturally leave the water, the filament of the water, and rise into the gaseous, etherical world of leaving the pan into steam. And they're showing me a pan evaporating into steam. And then you will find your home because you realize it was always within you to step into that through balance. And how beautiful. No longer search outside myself for my home, she says. So, sorry, I'm just going to put her in the light there so you can feel into that. And the pillars in the background. The abundance that's coming for you is actually very incredible. So it will go beyond. What will happen is that we will move beyond the logical mind or the resistance of that logical mind taking place, and then it will move into a higher level of frequency, and we will seek that which we are choosing, and then it'll go from there to, whoa, hang on, if I can do that, I can do more, I can expand more, and that sort of thing. So yeah, I love that. Is there any more cards that want to come out with these guys, or do I go on to? Yeah, they're asking me. We'll go into the fifth dimensional aspects because this is taking us into the fifth dimensional aspects of ourselves. So we'll go into the fifth dimensional cards. Yeah, it's a good message, Sky? It's vulnerable. We're going to feel vulnerable through this because anything that the logical mind hasn't played out. And all we've done in the past, being caught in that limited process, is regurgitate the same stories in our life and keep coming back at us, right? We might have up leveled a little bit and then we were caught in the same problem again, and then we're like, why does this keep happening to me? Just a different story showing up, but still the same vibration, and we were caught in the same vibration of this unbalanced nature of self. And this is why it's going to feel totally alien in the respect to that logical masculine self. Like, imagine if you had a partner that was constantly regurgitating the same problems, and then you're pushing him to say, no, you have to think differently now. And they'll be like, yeah, but I don't even know where the heck I'm going now. I feel very vulnerable because I don't feel in control, even though the control that I had was just taking me in the cycle of the same thing over and over and over again. Now I don't feel in control because I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's happening next. Like, in taking these leaps of faith into unknown quantities and trusting the feminine aspect of myself. It's difficult, to say the least. So just be patient with yourself, but also there is a wave that's happening at the moment that we can ride with. There's an energetic response to humanity vibrating so fast, and they're showing me like the light work is coming to the surface of that, the filament of the boiling water. And then dispersing into the etheric. And so you could showing me when you are released from it, you are the observer of it. And interesting, whole other game that we're playing. And that's why it feels so vulnerable to the masculine aspects of ourselves. Okay, so we have one card that's fallen out called the Lost Land, Soul Memories and Gifts. You've done this before, so this is a high end pack of 4 star seeds and stuff like that. So you have done this before. This is why you're at the forefront of your reality at this moment, moving up in the ranks. They're showing me the picture, and this is representing, they said, Atlantis, Lemuria, and the fall of that, and then having to choose between staying on the planet or leaving the planet and going back to Pleiades. And there was this big choice that was being made in that moment, and you went through. There's a lot of us, whether it was that you went through, or whether it was another planet that you were helping out shift, and you went into the darkness of that planet that was needing, or that consciousness, really, it's not even a planet, it's consciousness that needed shifting, and you helped shift them from the inside out in that respect, or you're the observer and trying to help them or whatever. You've done this, there's something to do with you done this before. And also they're showing me, just even in this physical context of self, the logical mind has constantly had to let go and rebuild because things weren't working, because we're constantly living in an unbalanced nature. So whenever something's unbalanced, it goes wobbly and you fall off, and so you're constantly falling off. And you don't even realize how difficult and tiring that is. But when you actually come back into authentic self, you come back into balance. So that means you are navigating where that ball, how you are balancing on that ball now, and so you're directing it, you're finding out how to do that. And so it's a different story completely than what we were on before. The empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. So definite at the moment, especially with those that are empathic, that are watching this, and many will be. Most, actually, probably just about all. Because as you raise your level of awareness, you become more empathic anyway. It's a natural given, because you are starting to connect to. You have to be empathic to be able to connect to to others and things that are outside of you. So you have to strengthen up your boundaries to move through. So constantly look at where your boundaries are and how you need to strengthen them as you move through this veil as well. Yeah. What other? Should we? Okay, we're going to go tarot now. Go tarot. Okay, we'll pick up this pack and then we'll go into the next pack. Whew. Yeah. Okay, here we go. There's a card here that is flipped over and it's in the right way. Sorry, I just saw it. Now I can't find it. I saw it. It was green and gold. There it goes. Okay, we're going to take that one out because I always believe that there's always a message if something like that happens. It's a nice card too. Okay, messages please for the moment. No way, there's another card that's flipped. Okay. But they never flipped. They were already flipped. It didn't actually flip while I was shuffling. They were already. So I'm going to pull both of those out. Okay, now we've got that one's popping out. It's almost like I needed to do that first. Yeah, okay. Right, first of all, I'll go to the ones that are actually, I'm going to put these just in a bit of a row. These ones came out together. And these ones, whoa. I didn't realize how many had fallen out, but we'll go with this. So the ones that were already in the deck that it flipped was the 10 of Cups. So hello guys, this is just to give you some sort of incentive of where you're actually going. And it's not just you, it's everything that is an extension of you that's outside of you as well, right? So you are a central creation of your existence, and everyone starts to become that. And when they become that, you're all co-creating together. So you're moving through the portal, or the light that's beyond the door, into a brand new concept of what life could be on this planet and how it could actually be lived within the abundance field, because abundance was always around you. It was only because of your unbalanced nature, giving yourself away to those that said that they know better than you, that ended up causing a limited concept of yourself that kept you in a vulnerable position of being small and not worthy of things. So all of this is changing. And there's been much is growing at the moment, especially due to the connection through the World Wide Web and stuff like that. That's actually allowing us to expand in a physical way of a reflection of our neuron paths within our minds that are also learning to connect to things that is of love vibration. Oh, that was really cool. I like that one too. We have faith here as well, that had already flipped out into the deck. So have faith not in the outside world. You cannot control the outside world without controlling the inner. Have faith within yourself more than anything. This is the most important time at this moment to start to have faith in you. I understand it's hard. It's literally, it is. I know it. I can feel it with you guys. I'm going with you. I understand it. It is a very vulnerable position to be in, because you've protected yourself so much with this concept of limitation, and thinking that that's the only way to go, because it's kept you safe in a sort of a way, but it hasn't kept you safe at all. But that's the only thing, you're comfortable in the fear of it all. And so we have to break through that and expand ourselves into this unknownness. And it's that's why where the faith comes in. They're bringing me to a song that I created. I put the link of the song down below because it has messages within the actual song. And I recorded this many years ago. Make Believe, it's called Make Believe, and it's I think the chorus goes, because it's been a while since I've listened to it, so I wrote it and I sung it, and I had this beautiful guy called Andrew Bryce who recorded the music with me. We worked on it together, and yeah, it's called Make Believe, and the chorus goes, make believe, will make believe if you believe, something like that. I can't remember exactly how it went, but it was kind of like, it's almost showing make believe is out there, but make believe won't believe unless you believe. You had to listen to it. It's a really cool song, actually. I'm not giving it justice by not remembering the words, but yeah, they're bringing me to that, and I'll put that in underneath as well, so you can listen to it. Okay, so here we go. We've got this whole big story that's come up. I haven't even really looked at it yet properly. First of all, we have the Seven of Coins, which is, we've been working hard, and literally she's like, I've done all the work, haven't I? But we're only at the Seven of Coins. And it's like, oh, really? Do I have to do more now? I have to harvest. Sorry, I'm just feeling this. And then we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So this is why it's feeling like the exhaustion is coming in, because we've been trying to withhold or resist against something that is a natural progression of us moving into our soul's vibration and grounding that, and we're kind of resisting it to try to keep ourselves safe through our logical mind. So there's been this it's feeling like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. This is why it's in reverse. I can't fight this anymore. I literally need to release. I need to give up. They're showing me as the story of Eckhart Tolle, how he was coming to the edge of his mind was really busy and just going crazy. And then one night he went to sleep, and he just couldn't do it anymore. And within something within his soul, which was a contract of his soul, he had stepped into his balanced self, and when he woke up, his mind was completely clear, and he just started moving through life like that, because it was a lot easier, even though he didn't know where he was going to go. He didn't understand where he was being taken by his logical masculine mind. So yeah, that's coming up for that. Excuse my dog barking in the background. She's going off. She's been really good the last few days. Now just decided now to go off, so maybe she needs to release something as I'm talking about this. So then the next one that we have is a relocation of somewhat. So these two cards fell out together. We have the Wheel of Fortune, which is represented by the world here. And we have the Palace of Swords. Sorry, it's not the Page of Swords, it's the Palace of Swords. This card's the only deck that has the environmental locale extra cards in it, and that's why they wanted me to grab them, because they wanted to bring up this shift within the mind of the way that we're thinking is going to change our whole world. It's going to co-create something completely different. We're going to become in tune with our North Node. Keeps coming up. I don't do astrology, but I've heard of people saying, I don't even know what North Node means, to tell you the honest truth. I'm just going, that's what's coming up in my head, so I'm going to say it. But it's a direct line towards what you want to create, they're saying. So that's what I'm going with. Yeah. And it's within your mind first. So if you need to go into some meditation, if you're not used to meditating, do light meditation. It's okay if it's for 5 minutes. It's okay if it's for 10 minutes. Doesn't have to be a long one, so long as you start to find a balance within that meditation, and then you're like, okay, that's where I've got to go. I've got to keep on moving towards the trust of and having faith within myself, and the dreams that I want to bring in as the Goddess of Dreams of cards has come up for you. So we do have on this side over here the Four of Cups, but it is in reverse. So action is needed to be taken now. We've been waiting for a while. We've been waiting for a long time for this to actually happen. There's a convergence of soul workers, of light workers. You guys are these light workers that are converging together on the prefaces of this breakthrough. And so it's now we are looking like he actually is like lots of times in this card, the Four of Cups, he's looking down at the Three of Cups. This one actually represents us looking up. But it is in reverse because it's time to move. He has to get up to pick up the cup. He has to get up to pick up the cup. He has to move. It's so interesting that this is coming through because I am literally going through a move in the next month. And I don't know where I'm going again. The other house, yeah, bit of a weirdo story that happened there, but they're breaking me they're breaking me free for something. Literally becoming that particle. Oh my God. Anyway, so yeah, I love this. It's when these messages come through, some of them I'm like, oh my God, that's where I'm at. And then some of them I'm like, oh, okay, this is a message for the collective, and this is a message for the collective and me. And just gotta go for it. Okay, so also with that, so we are needing to actually stand up. That's what they're saying. We actually physically have to move our butts and do this, whatever it is, move towards the dream, like set up the business that you want to set up, start to do the small bits, even if it's one little bit at a time. Just set up a little bit at a time if you need to. They're showing me do it, and you don't have to go, oh my God, I have to do everything all at once. Sometimes it's because in our minds, we're already planning within our logical masculine mind, because the masculine mind's feeling like it's left out. So then it starts to plan. We have to do this. We're going to do this, and then it gets overwhelmed with it, and then we procrastinate again. So we never actually make the move. But the logical mind can't plan ahead too far because we're living in the moment, and each moment that you're moving towards, each thing that you're going is going to show up different aspects of yourself that you've shifted. And so it's going to shift again. So all of that you've been planning and that you've actually put on the table as a logical thing to move forward with, that's overwhelming you, wasn't even necessary anyway, because you're learning to work in the moment. Okay, we also have the King of Wands coming up. These three cards came out together, so I'm going to pull them out together. That's funny. They brought out the Wheel of Fortune with this card, but it's actually, because it was a wheel, but it's actually the World card. But the Wheel of Fortune has come up. It was underneath. I couldn't see it before. It was underneath these ones. So definitely flipping from one aspect of self into another. We are at the end of one story. The whole of humanity's consciousness, those that are ready to leave the story, and there's a massive collective that's coming up behind us as well and with us, is going to shift into a brand new reality. This is why the Mayan calendar was like, yeah, it's all finishing up, and it was 2012 when they said that. But remember, the timing for us, it's a small, tiny percentage of the soul's existence anyway, because the soul's is everything. So it ends up having an infinite of possibilities to move through. Soul is source energy, is God itself going on a journey. So this Wheel of Fortune that we are breaking through one story and moving into another, it was always meant to be. We're just now it's just up to you and your imagination how you want your story to go. So they want your story to go to the best scenario, right, of what you want to attain. Like, what would be the coolest thing to happen in your life while you're living now? What would be the funnest thing to have happen for you? It's really cool. And then we have the Two of Coins, the Second of Coins. So interesting that it's saying the Second of Coins. So the second point maybe that they're saying. Here we have the Balance again. Like, you cannot, 3 times this balance has come out for us to really address. You can't, oops, say, 2 balls, here we are, balance, guys. We've got to balance, because we're moving into something that has to be in balance for us to move through it. We have to be in balance for us so the second point is, we have to be in balance for us to move into this next thing. You cannot move into this next thing without balance. I was told that many years ago when I had a vision quest, and I ended up breaking into another into my pineal glands, what it was, into another reality. And when it happened, I had to, that they were showing me like the two hemispheres of the brain had to be talking to each other, had to be working together with each other. And it's really funny, if you're in a partnership that's not working at the moment, if it just, you just keep on butting heads or whatever, it's just not going to happen, then one will fall away for another to come up and match you in that balanced environment outside of yourself, if you hold the balance within you. Then we have the King of Wands. So great action needed. Great action is needed to be taken. You are moving forward now with this action. Now, where was that action card? I can't remember which one it was now. But anyway, great action is needed. You're the one holding the wand of your own creation. You choose what to do. When you choose what to do next from a balanced self and using your imagination to know where you are going with an absolute and having absolute faith with that, you become the King of Wands who knows that. And so then when everything that you do from then on will match the environment of what you are learning to become within yourself, which is self-love, self-worth, self-respect, feeling safe in this world. That's a big one for the star seeds and that have come from higher dimensions, and those that have also been in the rolling, turbulent field of the masculine world as witches and wizards and so forth, that have had to hide themselves in their power of who they are. Huge to feel safe here, to feel safe in this body first, and then feel safe in this environment, to feel safe with oneself, where they self is. Source energy is always safe. It's always love. It's always safe because it is the creation of it all. So when we start feeling safe, we're starting to vibrate at the same level of source energy, and we become that as we're moving forward. And what is source energy, God, whatever you want to call it, it is the creator. It is the prime creator of all existence. And so you become that prime creator of all existence. But instead of creating, which you always were, because you always were in that, creating through the lack of, all the fear game, which was holding you hostage, you're now learning to create through the love game. And so that's the aspect of self. Okay, my gosh. I didn't realize how long I had gone on for, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful message. So, so, so cool. I really enjoyed this, actually. It makes it all feel worthwhile. Yeah, for some reason, for me. Anyway, here we go. Let's pack up these cards. I'm going to get one animal card out or unless a few more fly out, for the general reading, just to hear from the animals, and then we will go into free chat bar. So, oh my God, one just flew out really fast. Okay. Any other messages from the animal cards while we're waiting for people to say if they want a reading? I'm not surprised to see that one. The owl has been coming up absolutely heaps in my world at the moment, and the owl represents higher dimensional. To me, it represents literal benevolent beings coming in to help us. They see what's happening through the eyes of source energy as the observer, and so it's the observer aspect of ourselves showing up. So yeah, the white owl has been coming up a lot around me at the moment. Owl magic, choose to know the truth because you can. The one that flew out first, I did say one card and I didn't stop shuffling. It's funny. Is the independence. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. This is showing up to say that a cat will always support themselves. They will attack if they have to, and they will retreat if they have to. They will purr when they want to, and they will do what they want. This is where we have to go. We have to go into our own independence of self. And then we have the wolf card as well, and that's the pathfinder. Release your past and start a new journey. I mean, self-explanatory here, right? I mean, the wolf can go in a group dynamic, and it can go in an independent dynamic as well. It does. It's what story do you want to actually create? And the last one for the animal cards that flew out was the hummingbird miracles. So remember what I said in that other reading, where miracles happen because the logical mind hasn't actually created the full-blown story of how it's going to evolve, and so to a logical aspect of self, it actually comes through as a miracle, which is just us moving into higher frequencies where we don't have to write the story completely of what the logical mind said. It's not in charge anymore. So you are the bringer of joy. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. So I will leave the general reading here. If you are leaving me here, thank you so much for being part of this general reading. If you're going to stay on for the chat bar readings, there might be a message in it for you. So let's see, for the chat bar readings, we will get tarot deck. Virginia, very cool. Okay. Virginia. Had a beautiful starseed reading yesterday, actually. It was a starseed mission reading. Don't forget, I am an intuitive counselor and reader. So if you want to book me one-on-one, the links are down below. Yeah, and I had a beautiful starseed mission yesterday. I love it when things come out that it just hits the person so much to their core of their soul. Anyway, let's Virginia, please give me the energy of Virginia. Okay. Messages for Virginia, please. Okay, now we're talking. We've got the card fell out. It's still face down. One that's flipped back into the pile, and another card for you. So we've got 3 cards here. The one that flipped down was the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, time to get yourself into balance. Oh my God, how many times has balance come up in this? This is the only way we're going to actually break through, though. So there may be something that is discombobulating for you. It's not really in balance for you at the moment. It's showing up for you to actually address, for you to change. It usually comes in the form of something that's not working outside of you, so that you can look within you and go, oh my God, I see the lack of myself. I'm not feeling empowered in that aspect of self. I'm feeling vulnerable. Oh my God, literally just hit the core of myself as I'm taking leaps of faith. And I think that there's something within you that might be doing this as well. Taking leaps of faith. And feeling really a little anxious about it. And then I felt the power as I was reading for you to turn this around. And I went, oh, of course I can do this. Of course, this is easy. This is me. This is who I am. I am this empowered person. And you are this empowered person. So please remember that as you're moving forward. You can balance. You can balance yourself for this. This is really cool. So, and that's going to bring you into the 6 of Cups, which came in reverse, which is a victory card. Everything working for you with your family dynamics. It's also your past lives that are coming into this and saying and talking whispers to you of you have been through it, you've been through a lot, but now it's time to balance everything out because victory is at hand. There's something coming towards you that's going to make you feel a lot safer. And you're flying high as that kite. You're learning to fly high as the kite. You've got the Knight of Wands coming in. So someone actually might come into your reality to actually help you out. And it could be somebody of a masculine nature or somebody who has a very strong kind of, I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. Hey, do you want to tag along or come with, or I could support you in this. This is something that maybe they will support you with through action, actual physical action coming in for you. So we'll leave that for you, Virginia. And we'll go into Sky, please. Okay, we've got 2 cards that have fallen out for you. Okay, Sky, they see the work that you have been doing and they are so proud of you. So I just wanted to say that as I was shuffling, that came out for you as a message. You had Four of Wands, but it's in reverse. So it's something that you're coming to balance of as well. Your manifestations are still to be played out. There's some, some manifestation that's still to be played out. It's bringing you a 9 of Pentacles. It's actually bringing you abundance, and it's something that might be to be played out that it's going to bring you more abundance than what you expected. So yeah, I mean, the 4 of Wands and upright is walking through the miracles of life coming towards you, because 1111 is to do with us manifesting. That, you know, the 4 of Wands always has those 4 poles in the big background representing to me 1111, and that's to do with the mind frame of learning to, you know, you are in showing up as you're manifesting your whatever you are thinking and whatever you're believing within yourself. So there's something there that needs to be addressed, because there's something they're showing me. It's moving along, and then all of a sudden you're breaking free from it, and it's like, oh my God, I've got this. And then you're not sure where it's going to end up, but there's more abundance there than what you thought. There's more abundance than what you thought coming through. That's the only thing that I can say for that. Okay, Diana, you have a new beginning, but you need to take action on this new beginning, because the Ace of Wands just flew out for you. Okay, we've got 3 cards. I won't shuffle anymore. Ace of Wands flew out for you. So actions, this is asking you to actually take the physical action now towards what you really want. So that's coming out. 2 of Swords, so something that you haven't seen yet. The moon is showing up in this card. Is that the illusion behind, like they're showing me in my head the iceberg card that came out in the general reading. So it's kind of like something's hidden underneath that's bigger than what you thought. And it's definitely something's coming up for you that's bigger. You are learning to become the emperor of your own life, which means that you have now mastered not only the inner world, but the outer world is reflecting that as the emperor. The emperor represents our physical world and being in charge of it. He can be quite dogmatic though, so we have to keep him in balance with the Empress, who is more of the intuitive based sign of the inner world, you know, the feminine aspect of oneself. But you're learning to now navigate becoming a leader in your reality, learning to become the leader of your reality. But they want you to at least make the first step towards this, because it's going to take you further than what you think as well. So Virginia, thank you so much. Bobbie, I listened again to a private reading from you from about a year ago regarding balance. I actually been practicing tree pose every night. I used to have very good balance. That's interesting. And a man has entered my life, but I have to say that is throwing me off a bit of balance. That's so interesting. How funny is that? Okay. Thanks, Virginia, for letting me know. You're welcome, Sky. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I haven't even chosen anyone. I like looking at everybody. Jules. Name that stood out. I'm just choosing names that stand out. So Jules, please. Could you please give me the heads up for the energy of Jules and what she needs to know right now? Taking flight. Oh my God, this card, way over in the distance here, there's a card that's showing up. Passion. Resurrect your childhood dreams, let your passion take flight. So I just had to say that. It was something to do with taking flight. Yeah, it keeps standing in my when I'm tapping into you, flight. I feel like it's something to do with you rising higher or higher above the issues that you have. taking flight, becoming the observer of your reality. 3 of Pentacles has come in reverse. Maybe you're trying to work together with something or some people or something, and it doesn't feel like it's kind of getting there. It just doesn't feel like it's working. So is there any more messages for Jules at the moment? Yeah, it's because they are covered. There is some sort of deception that's coming up with these people, and so you're feeling into that. They want you to trust your intuition, rise above the actual whatever's happening, so that you can become the observer of it and see it for what it truly is. It might be something that your logical mind has brought you into, so that you can replay it out again, so that you can become the observer and know how to get yourself out of this from now on. You know now how to trust your instincts. It's a lesson of learning how to trust your instincts as you move along. For some reason, I just had to do one more, because you've done some work on something. There's some work that you've been harvesting, or you're getting ready to harvest, and you don't want to be disrupted now by some other off-putting energy that's just annoying. So yeah, for you, Jules. Whew, this is going quite fast, which is cool. Debbie, let's get Debbie's reading. It's going quite fast. Debbie. I'm in the zone, guys. Okay, Debbie. Debbie, please, and her energy that's coming up. So you also have be aware of the illusion that's behind you. Oh, that's interesting. They're showing me when I'm with somebody that's not so good, sometimes I have neck problems because I'm not seeing them for who they truly are. I don't know why that's been brought up, whether you've been having neck problems or something, or there's something that you're not seeing behind you. Always get this one, the Hierophant. Always get this one wrong because my dyslexia is hard to read. Anyway, the Hierophant is the energy alignment with wanting to ground some sort of spiritual aspect of yourself into this physical world. Like showing up things like maybe even doing a couple of things. They're showing me like, lighting a candle and meditating over it, or actual physical, for some reason, just for now, align yourself with something that you do every night, just the same, and for your spiritual self, so that you're not too. There's something to do with that. Is it learning something more about grounding the spiritual side? But see, even I'm finding this hard to, saw how much I was in the zone before. Now I'm finding it a little difficult. There's something that you're not seeing. And that's why she's blindfolded as well. So yeah, something that you're not seeing. I think it's something that is within your DNA that wants to be ignited for you to make the next move in your life. But for you to actually ignite it, they're asking you to, because for some reason the Hierophant's coming in as, it's like in a religious aspect of the spiritual aspect of ourselves. We brought in spirituality as religion because it was unbalanced, and it was only brought through the logical mind that had no idea of what the spiritual self was about. So it made all these rules about it. But they're telling me that to ground something, sometimes we do need to have a pattern going. So maybe you need to do something the same every day or every second day. Don't have to get too up yourself or anything if you miss, but it's just to ground your spiritual side even more, because there's something that wants to be ignited that you haven't seen yet, that's of a gift of yours arising. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Okay, guys. We will do Tama. Message for Tama, please. They want you to just like find a body of water if you can. I don't know whether it's winter over there or whatever, go in your bath or whatever it is, spa or something, but just so that you can relax. Something to do with relaxing in a body of water. Has one message that's coming through for you. I want you to relax your body and find out what it's like to have a relaxed body. Relax. It keeps coming up, relax. So that you don't react when others come in that are of trust, that you can trust. There's something coming in that you can trust, and they want you to relax into this, like melt into it, relax into it, because something coming in for you that you can trust to do with people, and the fruits of life and an expansion of yourself. So the death was on the bottom of the deck for you, but it was in reverse. So yeah, you've been woken up to something new, a new part of yourself through this. So they want you to relax through it. You're literally, yeah, they just keep on repeating, relax, relax, relax in my head. So that's why I'm constantly saying it. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, we also have, who else is here for a reading? I did see someone else. Karen and Angel. Karen. Oh, so I caught that card. The High Priestess. Oh my God. You're going to catch the High Priestess. No, you're going to find the High Priestess within yourself. It popped out and it went just as, the lip of the table, and I caught it with myself. So you are literally finding the High Priestess within yourself. You're catching it now. You're starting to see the value of your intuitive side and the power of who you are when it comes to that. We also have another card that fell out. Was the Six of Cups. So this is a beautiful card for as in good things coming your way, because you're now starting to accept that intuitive self. Also, gifts are being awoken from your past life as well. This card can represent just the past physical world, but can also represent because. Sorry, I'm getting two messages coming through at once. Past physical world, because that's how people read it, but I always see there's past lives that are coming through now, because we're moving into understanding our soul's vibration as well. So that brings up all your soul's past lives, right? So there's gifts. Look at all the gifts that are coming. Boom, 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 boom. Like all these gifts that are coming your way, because you're starting to accept the High Priestess power within yourself. This is really, really beautiful. Okay, guys, I think I'll love and leave you here. Thank you so much. I will listen again. Debbie says I will listen again and book a reading to understand further, but definitely made a lot of sense. Very grateful for your messages, as I'm currently going through a loss. So sorry to hear that, Debbie. Yeah, it's really funny. Like some people book messages and I'm like, they're like, can you remember that message? I'm like, man, I'm channeling. I don't even retain it in my brain whatsoever. If I retained it in my logical brain to remember, I wouldn't be able to shift really quickly like that from person to person to be able to read them. That's just how it works. But yeah, interesting. But definitely I will pick up on the same energy, because the energy, unless it is shifted within you, it will be the same story. Okay. Love and light to you. Thank you so much for being part of this. I will definitely see you next Tuesday, if not before. I think there's another message that was coming up. I might even do another message this weekend. And yeah, don't forget about Patreon, AMAKEL School, a new reality school. If you want to join up with that. I'm not going to stop it. It's going to just get more and more games and more understandings of one big, huge Pleiadian school. Yeah, and I think that's all my messages for today. Thank you, guys. Bye.